Well, I think there's really two different groups. The group that was new to it and going through it for the first time. So I think all three of the guys have really done a nice job with things. Elijah Herring, Caleb Uvalli, and Steph Thompson have all done a nice job in different ways. Steph is a veteran of the defense. He was with Coach White at Syracuse, and he was with Coach White at Nebraska, and now he's here with us. So he knows. I mean, he knows the ins and outs, and he's done a great job helping the other guys. Caleb and Elijah have come in and they worked their butt off, and they came in with a purpose and on a mission, and it's been impressive to see. In terms of the guys who are returning, Blake, Juice, and Omar have all had really good off seasons. They're handling their business on and off the field, and I'm really excited with what it's going to be. And then we have a whole group of young guys behind them that are going to be pushing for opportunities to play.
In terms of scheme with Tony White, how has that kind of changed on linebacker?
I think this system is going to be a little bit more of a linebacker-friendly system from the standpoint, probably more pressure and a lot more aggressive blitzing nature to it. So from a linebacker's perspective, it's going to be a lot of fun to play, and a little less match coverage on those guys in terms of responsibility, and a little bit more vision on the quarterback, which allows you to potentially make some plays. And I think the guys are going to adapt well to it, and I think they're excited about what it's going to look like.
Got to ask you one thing about special teams. You got two literally huge shoes to fill, losing Mastromato and Fitz. How's that position going to shake out this spring?
Well, you lose two All-Americans. It's not. You don't anticipate it to be totally seamless, but I would say I'm very excited about where we are from a specialist perspective. Jake Weinberg, we knew when we recruited him he could be special, and all he's done every day, at least on the practice field, has proved us right in terms of what he potentially could be. And I'm excited for him to have the opportunity to take charge of that job and that responsibility. And then Max Schemento has done a tremendous job here. He's been waiting in the wings for a while, and now with the extra year for Alex, never really knowing when his time was going to come, he's been patient but working very hard. He's improved immensely over the 3 years that he's been here, and I'm really excited for him to get his first opportunity to take ownership of that position and see what he can do with it.
What has Steph brought, maybe as a player, but also as a teacher, as a guy who knows this scheme really well, and can help the other guys too?
No, absolutely. So, there's a lot that goes on when the coaches aren't there. Guys, whether it's film study or doing, on the field work on their own on the weekends. And Steph has taken an ownership and the leadership in that element to it. And then even for myself and Coach Sims, as we're watching tape and we're installing, a lot of our install is off of Nebraska film. And I have no problems asking, like, hey, on this particular call, you were disguised this way. Why? And he's a really smart football player, and he knows the answers to exactly why everything was the way it was. And, I lean on him as much as anybody in the room from the standpoint of just knowledge and experience in the defense.
I'm not sure if one of the guys already asked, but just working with Coach White, Coach Knighton comes in, obviously in your new role. How has that been? And just the relationship, you heard that you guys have had great chemistry. I think someone called Tony a mad scientist. I mean, what's it like working alongside those guys?
No, it's a great group. I knew when Coach Norvell and whoever he was going to bring in to fill some different roles, and he's going to bring in quality people, because that is a staple of what this program is all about. And I've had a tremendous time here in the first couple months getting to know these guys, working with them, and I'm excited about what the future could be. Good people, good men, and also excellent football coaches. So, I think it brings a really good dynamic to the room.
When I watched a little bit of Nebraska on film, they look pretty adaptable up front. Like, they show a lot of 3 down linemen, but then at times it's 4, even some 5. How much do you like that adaptability, and what does it give you as far as just opportunities out there on the field?
Yeah, I think the strength of the defense is the multiple elements to it, right? And having the ability to adapt to what your personnel is at the time. You know, all the different places Coach White has been, they're going to have different strengths in terms of what they're able to recruit and what they have on their roster in terms of personnel. And this defense is flexible enough to fit what Florida State is. Maybe it's not going to be exactly what it was at Nebraska. Maybe it will be very similar. I'm not sure when it all shakes out what it's going to look like. But, you know, we're going to have different elements of personnel packages, and it's going to be aggressive, and it's going to allow athletes and playmakers to go make plays, and I think our guys are really excited about that.
Has spring practice changed where, like, everybody's new again? Like, even the veterans need that time on the field just to get acclimated to a new scheme, to new teammates. Like, it seems like spring used to be about the younger guys years and years ago. Is it, or am I just kind of
Well,
viewing it
no,
differently?
I think you know, college football has changed dramatically in the last 3 or 4 years, and that, you know, there's 40 some guys that are going to be out there in spring ball that have never done spring ball with us, and you know, they're going to be going through it for the first time, and whether it's from a special team standpoint or an offensive and defensive standpoint, they're going to be hearing things and learning things for the first time, whether they're a senior or not, because, you know, just the roster turnover. So I think from that standpoint, it's hugely critical. And then this year even more so because of the new systems both on offense and defense. It's going to be important for us to come out of spring feeling really good about where we're at, so we can head into the summer with that confidence on knowing, you know, number one, who we have on our roster, but also them feeling good about what we're doing on both sides of the ball.